there was nothing. No stars, no planets, no light, nothing as we know it existed. Then something mysterious, unexplainable happened. The Big Bang! With the Big Bang, particles were created. The temperature was hot, that the particles could not come together. It didn't cool for a very, very long time. Suddenly, the universe was cool enough to form the first stars. It took another 2 billion years for these atoms to clump together enough to form the first star. Many, many stars were born, shone brightly in the galaxies, and then died. This went on for many billions of years. Until one year, a very special star called Tiamat was formed. Tiamat lived in a Milky Way. Tiamat shone brightly, then died in a fiery blast called supernova. What was to become of the supernova?
All the particles of the Tiamat were spread out at first. Soon the force pulled most of the particles in, but some escaped the sun's force. These particles outside the sun's force started to pull each other together, and they made the planets. The 9 special planets that were formed started to revolve around the sun.
1 million Earths retreating to the sun. It is small and hard to see without a telescope. It is a rocky planet. Venus is named for the Roman goddess of love and beauty. It's also called the morning or evening star. It looks beautiful, but it is not a place that you would want to visit. The atmosphere contains sulfuric acid and carbon dioxide. It's the hottest planet in the solar system. The nickname of Mars is the red planet. If you look at it, it has a reddish color. If you were stood on Mars, the color of the sky would be pink. Once there was a liquid on the surface of Mars, but it is now frozen in the polar ice cap.
The Earth ranks fifth in terms of size. It is the third planet from the Sun. It is the only planet known to contain life. It is called the pearl of the Earth, or solar system.
Jupiter is the fifth planet in our solar system. It is the fourth planet discovered by the Italian astronomer Galileo and the first of the gas giants. It is the largest planet in our solar system. Over 1,000 Earths would fit inside Jupiter. Saturn is named for the Roman god of farming. Saturn has 7 flattened rings around it. Each ring is made up of ice particles and rocks. Saturn may not have a solid surface or a crust. Uranus is named after the Roman god of the sky. Uranus appears to roll on its orbit on its side, while other planets move more or less like tops. It also has a ring system. Some rings are so flat that light cannot pass through them. Neptune is the Roman god of the sea. It is almost equivalent to Uranus. It is one of the coldest planets in our solar system. It also has the ring system like the other gas giants. Pluto is named for the Roman god of the dead. It is the smallest planet in our solar system but has the largest moon. Pluto is the last planet in our solar system. It is so far away from the sun. If you were stood on Pluto, the sun would appear as a bright star at the endless nights of space. The inner core's temperature is 13,000 to 9,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The boundaries of the inner core are 800 miles and are 4,000 miles below Earth's surface. The inner core is made up of solid nickel and iron due to the tremendous pressure in the Earth's center. The outer core is made out of nickel and iron, and it is more of liquid state. The inner core is about 1,400 degrees. The temperature ranges from 4,000 to 9,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The mantle is about 1,800 miles thick and is mixed with a molten mixture of elements like oxygen, iron, silicon, and copper. The temperature ranges from 7,000 at the inner edge and 4,000 at the outer edge. The ethnosphere is where the lithosphere meets the mantle. It has a thin layer that is metal syrupy rock that allows the crust to move. The lithosphere. The lithosphere or the crust is the part of the earth that we see and touch with our feet. It is the upper brittle part of the mantle. The crust is 60 to 56 miles thick. Some of the rock is 1 to 3 billion years old, while others are just erupted from volcanoes. The crust is broken into plates. When faults or breaks happen, we experience earthquakes. And when a break happens, the hot molten mixture from the mantle pushes to the earth's surface. The earth seems ageless, but it is always under the process of transformation.
When Earth was formed, it was just fire and gases. Atoms of the elements started shooting out into the coldness of space, where they cooled and then fell back to the fiery Earth scale. In time, Earth was cool enough for the formation of different layers to take place.
After 1.5 billion years, our Earth was a churning, toxic electric place. The seas were part water, but they were filled with countless other minerals washed from the rocky crust, and the air was filled with poisonous gases. Gigantic lightning storms raged over the Earth's surface for millions and millions of years. There were lightning bolts, each bigger than all the lightning bolts we've seen in all our lives put together. Then one day, something special happened. Just the right amounts of the elements gathered in just the right place of the murky seas, and they were hit by just the right bolt of lightning. Tiny Aries was born, the first living creature alone in the seas, alone on Earth, alone in the solar system. Aries was special because she could do one thing all the other stars could not.
Aries could remember, and because Aries could remember how she could make others like her. Soon Aries' children filled the seas and ate all the minerals that had made the water so murky. The water became clear and blue, but food was running short for Aries' children. Then one day, one of these cells discovered that it could eat the energy of the sun. Now cells again had enough food so they survived in a new way. This new way of eating, however, caused another problem. The air was filling up with oxygen, and oxygen was poisonous to Aries and its children. The new cells figured out a way to use this energy for oxygen. This incredible new energy made it possible for the next stages of life to carry on. All of us, though, owe our thanks to the first Aries. In the deep, deep blue seas of the Paleozoic era, sea creatures started to appear. They had multiple cells and were mostly arthropods. The Cambrian period saw a great explosion of diversity, with almost every type of life that would ever develop appearing.
Jellyfish with umbrella-shaped body appeared on Earth 600 million years ago. Jellyfishes are coelenterates of Cinephilidae that have poisonous stingers and transparent bodies up to 60 feet long. Jellyfishes coelenterates to eat and eliminate from the same opening.
Aksha was the only undead tetrapod. It looked like an ugly bug. It spent all its time in the sea in the bottom looking for food.
$570 million years ago, an amazing arthropod, the trilobite, swam the sea. In fact, the complete period was known as the age of trilobites, swam the sea. They range in size from 1 inch to 6 feet. The name means three sections. You might think those three sections are corresponding to the head, the body, and the tail. But actually, they refer to three lengthwise sections. The trilobite was an amazing, ruby species. The cranions were so bountiful in the Ordovician seas, and so this period was called the sea lily. Sea lilies fed on calcium to the water and had three basic parts: the stem, the calyx, and the arm. Sea lilies were thought to be extinct, but a modern variety was discovered in 19th century. Snails are mollusks. Snails have teeth on their tongue. They have one foot which moves slowly. They have stalk eyes and feelers right next to their stomach. They decompose hot food by eating filtered lime from the ocean. The first snails lived in the seas, then they moved on to land. Starfish is an echinodont. These creatures have degenerating limbs and have separate holes for eating and eliminating. Their 5 arms have little suction discs, then their stomach would come out to their mouth to digest their food. The aardvark fish were slow-bottom dwelling animals and when covered with a heavy armor of thick, bony scales. They used armor for protection, but large predators like sea scorpions could crush their shells. So they slowly evolved to the stream-like wings and swam without shells that used speed for protection. The sea scorpion was one of the biggest arthropods and its range up to size up to 10 feet. Its favorite food was probably the trilobite, but it would also catch an armored fish. It was thought that the sea scorpion's voracious appetite would be the reason why trilobites went extinct.
In the Mesozoic era, some animals began to creep out onto the land. Here they joined the plants that had already established a home.
The spiders are the first. The spiders are the first arthropod. The arthropod appears on the Carboniferous period. It has 8 legs, and it is the only creature that can spin a web. When an insect flies into a web, the bug sinks its teeth like a kid sinking its teeth into a sandwich. Then all the dragonflies have wingspans
Of 30 inches. Wings are a big help for insects when they are in danger. It also had a sharp eye that it could see moving insects or strange insects from very far away.
The first amphibian on the land was very heavy and clumsy, but very good at water. Amphibians were covered with scales. Amphibians
than the butterfly. Thank you.
This strange creature may be the first reptile to lay its eggs on land. His favorite food was fish, squids, and pelargonids. It was just like today's porpoise. They breathe through nose and lungs, and its nickname is fish lizard. About 225 million years ago, the dinosaurs appeared. They had huge sails behind their back. They usually used their sails to protect themselves from the hot sun. Dinosaurs ruled the earth throughout the Carboniferous period. This raptor had a gigantic claw on its jaw and its mouth. It also had an amazing brain which allowed it to think its prey. $190 million years ago, reptiles took onto the air like the insects did before. They had thick wings. The largest pterosaur had a wingspan of 36 feet. This feathered animal may have been the first bird. They flapped their wings so they were not so dependent on air currents. The claws on their wings have slowly disappeared. About 65 million years ago, the dinosaurs died out and the mammals took over the earth. They had developed bodies and they had better eyesight than any animals before. Just as all animals that had come before, mammals grew to tremendous sizes. Smilden was a huge cat, just as a dinosaur. Because it had a gigantic claw, it could rip from your body. They're probably glad that it's extinct. The first primate on land was the lemurs. It had thumbs and fingers and flying wings for protection. They had larger wings than other animals and had eyes spread out their face. They had an ectorial vision, which means they could see very well at the dark.
Around 2 million years ago, there came a special mammal. It was intelligent, learned how to make food and fire. It learned how to adapt to the environment for their needs so that they could live in the world. Any guesses?
Apes, monkeys.
Yes! Thank you.
These animals called humans developed math and language. They learned how to love and care for others. This love has extended to earth and all its creatures. We all have a special duty to cherish our earth and care for it and all its inhabitants.
We are thankful. Thanks a lot, thanks a lot, thanks for the thanks a lot, thanks a lot, thanks for the lots of thanks. Thanks a lot, thanks for the good
Good.